Hey everyone, this is Karen Waksman, and today we're going to be talking about selling your product to Costco. So if you have a great consumer product that you think should be in Costco stores or on Costco.com, this little training will give you some things to think about in regards to selling your product to Costco. With that said, let's get started on today's training. Today we're going to be talking about becoming a Costco wholesale vendor, how to sell your products to Costco's wholesale stores. So if you have a great consumer product brand and you go to Costco and you just really want your product in there, this little training will give you some tips and strategies and things to think about on how to get started today. Before we begin, please subscribe, comment. We want to keep in touch with you. We create tons and tons of training videos to support people in actualizing their dreams of making money with consumer products. So click on the links below to learn more. Okay, so let's talk about Costco wholesale. Basically, one order from them can mean so many millions of dollars to your business and your bottom line. Obviously, that's important if you are a consumer product brand, and a lot of people want to sell to them. The problem with Costco is that they buy by the pallet. And that just means volume, right? But when you put a product into a pallet, it means that your packaging needs to be able to withstand that. So Costco requires very specific types of packaging that is very durable, very strong. If you've ever been to a Costco and you try to open up the packaging, it's hell, right? It takes 15 minutes to open up the thing. It's because they are buying products in bulk, putting it there on literally a pallet, and are like, go to town for a great deal. I actually did a live event with Costco, or we partnered with Costco, and I learned so much from the buyers who we partnered with. And really their biggest concern is, number one, that your packaging will be able to be okay for Costco. And again, that's very particular to that chain store. Also, that you are not completely a startup, because they buy so much quantity. If something happens, they don't want to take your business under. So it doesn't happen with all of the, like every aspect of Costco, but if you're going to try and sell to them on a national level, they are going to be a little bit concerned about who you've sold before and so forth. So that's something else to consider with Costco. They actually really care about your past and proven sales. Why? Because again, they don't want to take small companies under. However, they do have something called those Costco tours. Have you ever gone to Costco on a weekend and somebody's standing in front of their products and they're selling you their goods? They actually have these tours where startups and companies can go and stand in their little area and sell their products. And the reason why that's interesting is because a lot of new brands start that way. And so if you're willing to literally on a whole weekend, you're standing there morning through night trying to sell your products, that is a possibility for you, and or hire somebody to do that. They're called road shows. And the reason I mention that is a little bit easier in regards to a new product, because they're willing to test and then expand from there. It doesn't mean you can't sell to Costco wholesale if you're a newbie, but it's a lot harder. They reject you a lot more because they do care about not taking you under. And also they're buying so much quantity. If you're really just getting started, you need your manufacturing in place. They can't mess around and so forth. Costco is interesting in that the actual business model is that they don't make as much money on a per unit basis of a product. They actually make a lot of money on their memberships. If you actually did research on Costco, they basically take a lot of a wash on each product, but they actually make it up on their monthly dues. So if you become a Costco wholesale member, then you can shop there. And so that's actually where a lot of their money comes from. They're really looking for special deals, and that's something to think about as well. So your pricing needs to be very epic for Costco, but also because they want people to buy impulse buys products that they would buy on the spot. Obviously, a lot of businesses go there to shop, buy bulk products and stuff. A lot of families are starting to have been going there because they're looking for bulk products and so forth. When there is bulk, they expect. And so that's another thing to consider. The bottom line is that Costco has these massive stores. They don't make as much money on a per unit basis. They're going to hit you hard with price. They're going to really give you trouble with the packaging, which is more expensive than what you're typically used to, because you have to create this really thick packaging. And there's a lot more criteria. But if you can get in the door with Costco, they are one of those retailers that you are super stoked on, because imagine being able to just pallet after pallet for every different store. Oh, one more thing, the roadshow thing that I mentioned before, I've had customers who made millions of dollars through those roadshows, jewelry, accessories, and so forth, Costco roadshows. Forgot to mention the reason you want to do a roadshow where you're sitting in front of your product all weekend is because I think that's something astronomical where 100,000 or a couple 100,000 people visit a Costco store, an individual store over a weekend. That's a lot of eyeballs and a lot of opportunity. And again, if you can set it up right, it could be great. You can do a Google search for Costco roadshows. We'll be creating some training around that, but something to think of. And again, I've had clients who made many millions of dollars on those roadshows. So don't discount it just because it sounds annoying, because it can be a great opportunity for you. Anyways, if you want to learn how to approach, pitch, and sell in detail how to sell at Costco, please take a look at the links below. We actually have a free webinar on how to sell at these types of retailers. Amazing content. Would love to support you. All of that information is listed below. This is Karen Waksman. I cannot wait to support you with selling to chain stores. For the last 12 years, I've personally taught over 100,000 people on how to sell products to stores, and I partnered with most of the major retailers, and I love what I do. Anyways, subscribe, join us, keep in touch. Karen Waksman, I appreciate you. Thank you.